And I guess I did gain that second win. What's going on, guys? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and I am back up here once again for another live stream tonight as promised. As for us falling out from tonight's Go Home show, we are now up here live to talk about this Sunday's pay-per-view, NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day 2021, and take place this Sunday at the Capitol Wrestling Center, February 14th, 2021. Yes, it is Valentine's Day. And yes, for the first time in a few years, I am not single. But I insisted to make sure that my own Valentine knows that I would spend the day with her, but she says, nope, go have fun and watch a show with your friends. So, she insisted. I tried to be the man, put her first, but still, she insisted. She says, go have fun with your friends, we'll celebrate no time. So, this is what I'm watching on Sunday. NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day. Overall, I'm not sure what to expect from this show. I feel like, again, any TakeOver anymore, I just go into hoping for at least a decent show. The days right now of classic NXT takeovers, like the last one we had that was really, really, really good, in my opinion, was NXT TakeOver Portland. That was an amazing show. I don't think we're going to be touching that quality for a while. Again, until the pandemic comes back. Like NXT TakeOver War Games, the last takeover had a few holes in it. Was not one of the strongest takeovers I've seen. Was terrible, but just not what these takeovers used to be. So based off of what happened at that show, I'm going to this show with probably lower expectations than I normally do. The thing is I look at this show, I see the card. It's mainly matches to wrap up the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classics for both the men and the women, which could be solid matches, especially the men's match. My thing, though, is for tag team wrestling, with the amount of depth that there is right now, like, interesting depth in the tag team divisions, especially, of course, for the women, of course, with tag teams, because there's really no legitimate tag teams, like, what's really going to come out of it? You know, like, it's just, the excitement's there, but it's like, I feel like it's going to be like, okay, awesome when the moment happens for whichever team wins. But after that, it's going to be like, okay, but then what? So I feel like this is a show that the show itself could be good, but the fallout afterwards, I'm not sure about. And it's not just the tag team. Like, the women have some depth to play around. I'm going to continue to say this. I still think the women's division is still the strongest thing about NXT. When it comes to the NXT Championship, we'll talk about that. That match, to my surprise, I'm back and forth about it. But we'll talk about it. We'll see what we can come up with. Anybody in the live chat? What does NXT stand for? It's actually WWE's developmental system, so it's not really an actual, doesn't really stand for anything. But thank you, Fidget, 1764, for joining me live for this. But let's talk about my predictions for NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day. We're going to open up by predicting with the women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Finals. It's going to be the team of Ember Moon, Shotzi Blackheart, taking on the team of Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Not really the finals that I predicted. Again, I originally predicted Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter versus The Ways, Candice LeRae, and Indy Hartwell. Fresh. This does not feel as fresh as I said in my NXT review tonight. I feel like even though there's not really much come out of it, Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez had their fair share of success. Even though they haven't been tag champs, they've had like the big wins already. Ember Moon, obviously has had, her fair shares in NXT. And Shotzi Blackheart, like I said, I like Shotzi. I just still can't help but feel that she may be getting just a tad bit too much. And I just feel like she didn't really need this. I would have liked to have at least seen it come down to the way Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell get them far and build Indy Hartwell up and just get some type of some type of momentum into that stable, because again it just feels like a joke in some ways, and then build up the new team of Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter. But this, I don't feel anything coming out of this. I mean, I feel like, Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, like I said, they've already established dominance as a tag team. Them winning this is not going to make much of a difference to them. Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon, it's going to feel like a consolation prize for both of them. So, the babyfaces are going to win, obviously. I don't see them giving the win to Dakota and Raquel and challenging Shayna Baszler. Well, here's the thing, though. If Dakota Kai was a babyface, I'd like to see her get her comeuppance. Again, that's one of my biggest dreams. One big fantasy book I've had. At some point, at some way, sometime, Dakota Kai is going to get her comeuppance on Shayna Baszler. But they're still both heels, so I mean, in some ways, maybe if Dakota and Raquel win the tag win, there's still some ways of showing that Dakota's changed a lot since we last came toe to toe together with Dakota and Shayna. But once again, as I keep saying, they're both heels. They're both heels. So I don't know if the dynamic would work. I feel like it could, but I don't know. But thinking in the mind I am right now at NXT, I think we're probably going to give it to Ember and Shotzi. It's not going to do really anything for them, but I think they're going to give it to them. Again, I don't hate them. It's just like I said. It's like I just feel like them winning the cup is not going to really do anything for them. Even being women's tag champions, to me, it's just not going to do anything for them. Because also, like I said, they're not really a legitimate tag team. It's just, I don't know. I'm not sure, but that's my pick for the women. I think that's how it's going to go down. Ember and Shotzi are going to win the women's cup to go on to challenge the current women's tag champs, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. I'm sorry, Nia Jax, and Shayna Baszler. The stooge to Nia Jax. But yeah. Second match on this card, the NXT North American Championship match, Johnny Gargano versus Kushida. When I was preparing these graphics, I was actually prepared to say that this match has been canceled because of the reports earlier today of Johnny Gargano being injured, being pulled from TakeOver. It was all a ruse just to lead into tonight's show, and quite frankly, I feel like it didn't really do much of anything. I mean, yes, okay, I tried having Johnny getting out, but again, I'm just going to say this again, and I know probably some people are getting tired of saying this. I hate Johnny Gargano's heel character. I hate it. It's not working. It's dumb. It's just not working. Again, we're taking the biggest babyface in NXT history and making him the most unsuccessful, cowardly heel I've ever seen booked. It's just not working. But my thing about this match is, one, I feel like it could be a good match because these two can definitely wrestle when they're both at their best wrestling. But here's my thing. I feel like they're already looking a little too far past this match because they're already teasing a feud with Johnny Gargano and Dexter Lumis. Even though, let me see here, because it would be, she went November, December, January, February. It will be 3 months. March, April. I don't know. I don't see him holding off to May or June. But if Johnny can at least get to May or June or something with the North American Championship, I'll be decently satisfied. Because at least, well, he has had a couple victories. Again, oh, that's right. Don't remember, he broke the curse. He broke the curse, and they try to make a mockery out of it. But I think because, of course, how much they're pushing Dexter Lumis, even though like Shotzi, I think Dexter's just a tad overpushed. I think they're gonna keep the title on Gargano, and he's gonna drop the North American title to Dexter Lumis eventually. So I feel like this match is gonna be good, but it's gonna kind of have a little bit of involvement from Dexter Lumis in it. But I don't see Johnny dropping the championship yet. So I think he will retain here. But like I said, he'll go on to eventually fight Lumis, and he's going to drop the title to Dexter Lumis. Alright, cool. We got that one. Match number 3. To me, is one of the 2 matches I feel that can really steal the show. This triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship. Io Shirai, Mercedes Martinez, and Toni Storm. I was very back and forth at first for the build to this. I wasn't sure who they were going with. I thought at some point maybe we were going to get Io versus Ember versus Toni. Of course, they brought back Mercedes Martinez after she was briefly on the main roster, part of Retribution. Thank God she got out of that, of course. But I think all 3 of these women have a case to win this. This is probably, out of all the matches, probably the most unpredictable match I could say. Because yes, I can see Shotzi retaining, but I can see either Mercedes Martinez or Toni Storm winning also. They both are very fresh in the women's title picture right now, and I think they all have, legitimate cases to feel like, they actually have a chance to win. So, matches like this I'm excited about, because I'm not sure who's going to win. But if I had to pick, I think I'm going to go with the chance here and say Toni Storm. I think with, the history Toni's had with Io, if there's any way to capitalize on, like, the new heel character of Toni Storm, I'd say have Toni win this. Keep, having, like, Toni be kind of like that thorn in Io Shirai's side or something like that, and put the title on her. Again, Io has had an excellent run. I still feel Io should have dropped the title to Candice in the winter, in the fall, but it didn't happen. But Toni, oh yeah, it's Toni time. Like if we're gonna give Rhea Ripley the women's championship coming out of NXT UK, Toni Storm again. There's no reason why that shouldn't happen, and give her a nice run with it too. I feel like she can have good matches with the likes of, like, Ember Moon, even her and Shotzi can have a good match. Toni and, like, Kaden Carter, a few other women. Yeah. I think Toni Storm's going to win the title here. Again, I can still see Mercedes win the title. I can see Io retaining, but I'm picking Toni. I feel like this is her match. This is her match to, and to capitalize on this new heel character and, like, take it to another level and whatnot. So we'll see where that goes. So that's my pick for that match. The 4th match is the men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. The grizzled young veterans, Zach Gibson and James Drake, taking on MSK's Nash Carter and Wesley. Again, I definitely like both of these teams. Grizzled young veterans, they're just a old school style wrestling tag team. I like their work in NXT UK, even though I keep saying this. I still think this is just something to give Zach Gibson for something to do, since in NXT UK there was not a mid card championship, because he should be a single star. I feel like because he's a great old school heel. And then you have the high flying team of NSK, who I see a ton of potential in them. But I don't see the second year in a row grizzled young veterans being runner-ups in this tournament. I think this is the year that they win it. They've been my pick, my team to beat. They had big victories over Kushida and Leon Ruff, and also against Thatcher and Ciampa. They had good big victories over. Of course, they got the pin also by pinning Tommaso Ciampa with a ticket to Mayhem. Yeah, I mean, and of course the winner goes on to face the NXT Tag Team Champions Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. I mean, MSK again will be nice, yes. Right now, I feel like though the team to run this division is the grizzled young veterans. Even though once again, who's their competition going to be? And also, the only other thing also is again we're going to see them taking on Lorcan and Burch, and it's heel on heel. I'm still not sure. But I mean, like, what really has Lorcan and Burch really done as tag team champions since they won them? You know, like they've not had many matches. The few times we've seen them, and they've been out there being Pete Dunne's henchmen. So I don't know. I'm glad they gave them the chance with the belts, but they've not done much. I feel like again, grizzled young veterans would be good champs for sure. So I'll give them the win here, and I think they'll go on to dethrone Lorcan and Burch for the tag titles. Speaking of Lorcan and Burch being henchmen, let's talk about the main event. Definitely a dream match of mine. Finn Balor versus Pete Dunne for the NXT Championship. Honestly, I thought at first this match was going to be very predictable. Thinking about it a little more, I feel like it's not as predictable as we originally anticipated. Myself, at least. My thing is Finn Balor, I love Finn Balor. And I like how he's kind of had a little bit of like a refresh in his character since coming back to NXT. But one, I still don't understand this dynamic. Is he a face? Is he a heel? He still feels more like a tweener to me right now. But I just feel like whatever his character is right now, it's just lacking a little bit. I mean, there's only so far you can go with having the character basically just stand there saying, I'm the best, come get me, basically, and that's it. I feel like there's just something quite missing. I'm not sure, like, they kind of, wore off his heel persona a little bit. But, like I said, I just don't know if he's a face, is he a heel? I mean, for 9 months now, he's been mainly taking on heels, so I would say he's a babyface, but I still get those promos where it sounds like he has, that edgier side to him. I can't tell. Pete Dunne, of course, he has been a part of this, alliance with Pat McAfee and Lorcan and Burch. And it's been fine. But, again, I feel like, because I'm not sure if this was the original plan for Pete Dunne. Because I'm still pretty sure, because, Pat McAfee did mention that he was involved in this, but I'm pretty sure Pete Dunne is just filling in for Ridge Holland. Because Ridge Holland, of course, suffered that injury that's keeping him out from 6 to 12 months or whatnot. Which is a shame, because like I said, I definitely was intrigued by Ridge Holland when he was when he first came over to NXT. But yeah, this one was tough because as much as I like Finn Balor, I feel like it wouldn't hurt to make a change in the main event scene for the men. And also because, again, the stable of Lorcan, Burch, and Dunne, and if you want to count Pat McAfee also, they could use something else. Like, they could use, yes, putting the tag titles on Lorcan and Burch, fine. But like I said, they've not done much with them. So, what if Pete Dunne did the stunner here and won the match and brought the NXT title over there? I'm not opposed to Pete Dunne being NXT champion. Again, he was an excellent United Kingdom champion. And again, with him being a heel kind of again, it just might be able to fuel the fire just a little bit more in him again. You know what I mean? So, I think this will be an excellent match. Still unpredictable, but going back and forth, I'm still kind of leaning towards Dunne. I kind of want to see a little bit of a change. Again, Balor's done fine as NXT champion. It's just I just kind of feel maybe it's time to try something fresh. So, why not pull out the stunner and have Pete Dunne win this? And they could still do, which, again, I don't know what they're going to Karrion Kross, but whoever wins this match is going to face Karrion Kross. I don't see Edge challenging for the NXT title. Even though I'm pretty sure a match with either Edge and Balor or Edge and Dunne would be freaking awesome. I don't think it's happening yet this year. But yeah, to kind of light the fuel and the fire to the stable with Dunn, Lorcan, and Birch and McAfee, and to kind of like just to try something different, I'm going to go with Dunn. I'm going to go with Pete Dunne winning the NXT Championship and having 2 title changes on this show. So, yeah, that's my preview predictions, guys. Yes, just go over it again. I'm seeing Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart winning the Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. I am seeing Johnny Gargano retaining against Kushida and going on to feud with Dexter Lumis. Toni Storm's going to win the NXT Women's Championship in the Triple Threat match. Grizzled Young Veterans will defeat MSK to win the Men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And going with the chance here, I think Pete Dunne's going to dethrone Finn Balor and win the NXT Championship. And yep, just like that, guys, that's my preview predictions for NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day. Again, I will be watching it live on Sunday with my friends, depending on what time I get back, though. I'll try to do a review on Sunday. May have to wait till Monday. We'll have to wait and see. But, yeah, got 2 big streams out of the way tonight with the NXT stream and the TakeOver not Portland. Boy, I missed that show. TakeOver Vengeance Day preview and predictions. So, yeah. Hopefully we'll be a little bit calmer next week. Well, actually, sorry, next week's still going to be the same thing with Elimination Chamber, but, it shouldn't be as crazy. Like I said, like, me getting up at 5 a.m. on Saturdays is what's really throwing me off this whole week. So, yeah. So, tomorrow night, expect an AEW review. Friday night, again, I'm probably going to go straight to bed after SmackDown, so don't expect a SmackDown review on Friday. So, yep, that's the plan for the rest of the week, guys. Also, make sure to check out my Elimination Chamber 2021 card predictions, and we'll go from there. So, guys, once again, what were your thoughts, your predictions for NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day 2021? What expectations do you have for this show? Do you think this could be a good takeover? This is not going to be a good takeover. Do you think NXT is going to bounce back in this takeover? What do you think is going to be the fallout for it? You tell me. Because, again, as I said, I thought this is going to be a good show, but I'm not sure about the fallout. But we'll see how it goes. So, guys, once again, what are your thoughts? Make sure to leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure as always to slap a like on the video and subscribe or comment to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DemandAir93. Until then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll see you guys tomorrow for my AEW live review. Have a good rest of your night. Peace out, everybody.